And today we have something that's taking you to the future and taking you back a little bit to your past, something that you don't recognize on an everyday basis that you should be doing. And that is playing games. I'm talking like board games and connecting with people. And today we have a very special guest to help us walk through all the possibilities with games. And his name is Saheed Okunu. Did I say it right?
You said it perfect. I didn't
Oh,
even tell you how to say it.
you did.
Appreciate that, man.
I like to impress my guests right off the bat. How does gaming, like old school board games, how does that take us to the future?
I don't know. Just put yourself in the words that I'm about to say. Like, think back to where you were like 7, 8, 9 years old, right? And you got to school. And when you were at school, you had work to do. Obviously, you had schoolwork. You had instructions. You had to walk in a straight line. You had lunch. Lunch was semi exciting. The only other exciting thing outside of lunch was, maybe like PE, physical education class. But the one thing that you always looked forward to was recess. Because at recess, all boundaries are gone. Number one. Number two, you're in nature. It's just a very underrated aspect of recess. You're outside. But number three, and the main point is that nothing else matters. All that matters is you, the people you're interacting with, and whatever you decide to come up with on how you're going to interact with each other. There's no barrier between you and the next person other than whatever whatever the foundation is that you guys are communicating through, which is a game. So whether you're playing touch football or you're trying to catch a butterfly or you have inside recess where you're playing card games or you're playing board games or whatever, it doesn't even matter. Like, I remember when I had inside recess when it rained outside, I'd find myself playing Uno with somebody in the other side of the class that I don't even talk to, that's not even a friend of mine. I don't even care because it's not about how you think about that person or what you feel about that person. You know what I mean? Like, it takes all of that fluff away, all of that human created nonsense out of the picture.
Right.
And it's literally just you, another human being, which is really you, because we're all the same, we're all one. And then we put something in between us that connects us. When
Yeah.
there's nothing in between us, we're separate.
See, I
When you put
love
something in between us that connects us, now we are all one again,
it's the glue.
which
The
is
games are the
where we
glue.
really are.
I love that. I love the simplicity of this concept because a lot of times people who are, consider themselves to be like progressing into the future and, on the pulse of what's new and exciting. And I feel like a lot of times it doesn't have to be that pretentious. Like all that human BS that you talked about. It's like pretentiousness that is you're really just trying to brag about yourself and how forward thinking you are. But really, if you really want to connect, this is just a simple way to connect with people through a game. So walk me through a game night that you throw. What happens at these game nights?
So at the door, there's some goodies that you'll get.
Wait a minute, I've heard that
Um,
before. There's okay. This what kind of like it's not a Diddy party type of no baby.
Complete opposite. Complete opposite.
Okay,
Complete
okay.
opposite. I don't know nothing about those parties.
Yeah. See, this is not your
But
typical music industry party, ladies and gentlemen.
now, see what people think of music industry parties. They think of it as escapism from reality.
Right.
But mine is pretty much the opposite. Mine is bringing you closer to reality. Is
Love
putting you
that.
in the actual reality. So you're
Good.
walking in, and anything you get at the door, anything you get when you're inside, allows you to take a deeper dive into who you are and to accepting who the next person is.
And what kind of goodies are you
So
talking about? Like your like game, like I have something here that's like a deck of cards. That was from one of your parties.
every party, I have something different at the door.
Okay,
Every party is
gotta be
something different,
surprised.
and it can be anything from merchandise to, it can be, whatever your choice of party favorite can be. Like, maybe if you like alcohol, take a shot at the door. You know what I mean? It can be anything. You know what I mean? Like, so I have something special always at the door, and then when you walk in, you might see some artistic pole dancers potentially. You might see some people doing flips with fire coming out of their mouth. Something that when you walk in is gonna take you completely into the event. It's not gonna be a thing you walk in and it's a process. You're immediately gonna be ejected from materialistic earth and put into like dream world. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So you walk inside, you look to your left, historically speaking, you're gonna see a bunch of tables, and I have like 15 Uno games and spades and all types of games just running, operating. Then
cool.
you're gonna see like human Jenga everywhere. You're gonna see Connect Four human size, both table size. You're gonna see Monopoly,
Oh, human
casino
size
games.
Jenga, not like people that you have to pull out of a stack.
That's not a bad
That's
idea.
hey, artistic pole
It's
dancing.
not a bad
You could do
idea.
actual
Human
humans.
Jenga.
Yeah,
Just pat them up, you know, put
yeah.
some motorcycle gear on
Okay.
them. But yeah, so you see Jenga,
Yeah.
and then it's like this huge loft that I did it at before. So you see like a second floor, a massive projector. It's probably like 90 inches or 100 inches or something, huge projector.
Yeah.
And then you look to your right, and there's like couches and TVs. And what's that game that's on the floor? I'm blanking out of it.
Twister.
Twister. You
Yeah.
see Twister, and then you see like the DJ straight in front of you, and then it goes even deeper. I have a game room. So the back right corner, you walk into the game room, which is covered by a white veil. You see pool table, you see a ping pong table, you see air hockey table, you see multiplayer basketball games. It's pretty much like walking into a Dave and Buster's that was inside of a club that just so happens to be in a lounge that just so happens to kind of look like a house.
I was gonna say like Dave and Buster's, and shout out to Buster Rhymes who, from talking about music industry, did a commercial for them. Did you see that
Nah, I didn't see it. Makes sense.
with Little Dicky because his name's Dave, so it's
Yeah,
Dave and
oh
Buster.
yeah, they make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that's people. I do love Dave and Buster's, but like it would be better if there weren't kids there, right?
You know what I'm saying? And like, a lot of this motivation too came from, I've never been to Disney World or Disneyland, but the time I wanted to go to Disneyland, because a friend of mine worked for Disney,
Uh-huh.
she was like, "Hey, I think you would enjoy California Adventure." And I was like, "What is that?" She was just like, "It's like adult Disneyland." Because I guess, I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
why it's adult Disney. Maybe they sell alcohol. I don't know. But when she said that, it just clicked in my head. I was like, adult Disneyland. Why aren't there amusement parks just for adults? And
that's
like,
true.
I've always been obsessed with amusement parks, So if I had it my way, and if like, Warren Buffett's network was mine, instead of doing a street night, I probably would have just opened an amusement park. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like literally an adult amusement park that has different mini cities and different, like, what I mean, like a full blown experience that travels the world, which is what eventually I want this to turn into.